Hey guys, welcome to Samco Workshop. This is Jason Samkovic, and today we're going to be talking about my 1-year review of this truck. It'll be 1 year tomorrow that I have owned this Tacoma when they brought it down to me from Michigan. I ordered it in Michigan. It did not come in before we left Michigan and come down here last year. So my sales guy, who I also did a video on, it's in, if you look at about a year from now, you'll see that video. But Alex brought it down to me from Saginaw, Michigan, drove it all the way down to me here in Georgia. And I love this truck. It's a fantastic truck. Let's do a 1-year review on it. We got 37,000 miles on it. We put on it this year. And the only changes we did to it were we put these tires on it, brand new. These are those Goodyear Ultra Terrain tires, which I also just did a review on it in a 1-year review. But we put those Goodyear Ultra Terrain tires on there right off the bat, brand new. We put on the Rec Gen mud flaps right here. It did have side steps on it. I took them off just last week. I got rid of them just because they're a pain in my butt with the way they hold mud out here. And now I'm hunting weekly with this thing all the time, and it's just the mud that caked up on the running boards was driving me nuts. So I took them right off. But I did like having them for stone chips and stuff. They did really do a good job of protecting your rock rails under here, things of that nature. But like I said, they made it hard to clean and they're a pain in the butt, so I took them off. We put the Truxedo True Sport tonneau cover on there. Just did a review on that as well too. And we put the auto dropping the tailgate dampener there, which I think came with it, but I mean the lock, the auto tailgate lock we put in. We did put in those side panels right there, those rough country side panel molly panels that you can see in there. And and we put the bed mat in here, and I did put two extra of these D-rings up in the front corners. All that stuff is in that first video review of this truck. It shows you all that stuff. We also put the Iron Man 4x4 full skid plates underneath this dude, which you can see under here. Also covers that crossover right there. You can see it covers that crossover real well. And they go all the way up right there. You can see it, crossover cover, and the skid plates that go all the way up to the front and protect everything. Because that crossover hangs down so low, having that guard on there, right there, as you can see that skid plate guard, really does make a big difference in protecting that. So I love those full skid plates all the way up on there. I'll show you from the front too. The Rec Gen front, I bought front and rear, and I only put the fronts on as far as the mud flaps go, but there is that full Iron Man off-road skid plate right there. And it's been very nice. It's got beat up pretty good when I was in one of my other states on a hunting trip out kind of Midwestern area with a lot of rocks. That thing has been very nice. It saved me quite a bit. Clunk, clunk, ooh, scratch, hitting these rocks that were there. And I love those skid plates that are on there. So they've been a very nice feature. We also put LED high beams in there. Those are LEDs. We left the low beam stock, but we put LED high beams in there. It already came with LED low beams being fog lights being a 2022. And that's basically it. But this truck has been incredible. This thing will go through stuff that is unbelievable. Out here where I'm at in South Georgia, we have tremendous amounts of mud. Absolutely tremendous amounts of mud. And it's peanut butter mud. And this thing just chews through it with the way they have, it's a TRD off-road, so it has the locking rear diff, but I also have the MTS and the crawl control and the auto LSD. And it's unstoppable. This thing is just a beast. I have yet to get it stuck, unless I wanted to for a video I did for you guys earlier this year, so I can show you how to use traction boards. But I cannot get it stuck. It's the first vehicle I've owned. I actually never got stuck in my Cherokee Trailhawk either, but I did not get stuck in that either. But I didn't push that as hard as I did, especially down here. That was mostly Michigan stuff. Down here, this thing has been just unstoppable in every kind of place you can imagine. So it's been very good on that level. Inside wise, the inside, we didn't do any mods to anything. You can see, I did. I put the seat covers on. I put these rough country seat covers on, mainly because I'm a pressure washer and I'm working with chemicals all the time, and I'm getting in here with bleach covered pants and muriatic acids, and I don't want to damage or hurt my seats. So, and you can even see, look at where my arm is on here. Look at the color fade change on there because I'm, always got chemicals on me. You can see. So, like I said, the seat covers have been really good. They've been a real nice, good way to protect it. And, but Sweet, simple. That hat up there on the dashboard is because I have a cracked windshield. And stone chip that hit. This is my second windshield in here, and we already got a stone chip in it, and I'm putting that over my air vent. So on cold mornings, the heat does not expand that crack anymore. It is expanded from bouncing around in bumps and hard hits, but it's not... You know, hopefully that hat keeps the heat from expanding it. You can see here we got the crawl control, the rear locker, all this stuff right there too. So, you know, this phone holder has been fantastic in here. I will put links to some of this stuff down below for you. We use this one over here for my wife's phone when she's in here. That was the one I use. You know, some extra USB ports, you know, but basically that's it. Just sweet and easy. Lots of room in this thing. The back seats are a little more tight than you would expect, but for this size truck, they have room. Okay, you know, these are the seating positions that my wife uses and that I use. I am 5'6", so you can see that there's still plenty of room for somebody to sit back here without a problem. And I have that pocket jammed full, but with gear in there, but it is not a lot of room back here for leg room. A lot of storage room, as you can see, but not a tremendous amount of leg room. But still, you can fit 4 people in here. My daughter's fiance is 6'2", and he has been sitting right here. Well, when all 4 of us have gone out to eat, and he said it's not too bad. You know, this is, you know, there's plenty of room with these to squish in for his knees. He's like, it's not really that bad to go out in. So just keep that in mind. But it's not, obviously, it's not the size of an F-150 or a Tundra or a 1500 Chevy. Not, you know what I mean? It's a compact truck. In this compact truck zone, though, I absolutely love the capabilities of this. The short wheelbase that we have on here, the ground clearance, like I said, the locking rear diff, the Toyota's amazing brake controlled differential setup, or LSD, limited slip setup, so that the way they apply, if this wheel starts spinning, they apply brakes to it to get the other one to. Toyota's off-road systems are just amazing. This thing has been incredible. If I have one complaint, I would say that the paint sucks. Okay, I do not like the paint on it. It's very easy for the paint to get scratches and things like that in here. You can see like some here, like that's an actual scratch there. That's a scratch right there. Now, I know I off-road it, okay? So I do definitely off-road quite a bit here. It's what this thing lives in. But I honestly think that my Fords and the Rams and the other things that I've owned probably wouldn't have got so many scratches. They would have just been more like rub marks, which I'll show you. But I got another good one up here. But I got a few scratches in this thing that pissed me off when I wash it. And I'm usually pretty careful on that stuff. But you get the pinstriping like you're seeing right here from today. Okay, this is from today, you know, but see, this stuff just rubs right off. You can buff that off. Not a big deal. But like I said, this truck, I don't like the paint as much as I did the other stuff. You can see here, like all these pinstripes. That's to be expected. I'm off-roading. But I don't expect, see, like that's a little scratch right there. I don't expect it to scratch. On my other vehicles, that probably wouldn't have been a scratch in there. Now, it's easy to buff off. See, like that. That should not be there. That mark should not be there. I can buff it out and fix them, but that's my one complaint on this truck is the paint is nowhere near the quality, in my opinion. Just my opinion. But I've owned a lot of new vehicles. The paint on this is not as good a quality as the paint on any of the other vehicles I've owned. Again, not something I worry about. It is a truck, and I use it as such, and I'm going to beat it and pinstripe it and take it through the woods and do stuff with it, and it's going to get scratched up. This is not a road queen. This thing spends most of its time in the woods off-road, so it's not an option there. Like I said, that I care about. Every vehicle I own is going to get scratched. There is no way around it. It's just is what it is. And but like I said, I wish it had a little better paint quality on it, would be my only complaint. Other than that, the thing has been fantastic. It has held up incredible, obviously only being a year old, but gas mileage, I get about 17.5 miles per gallon with these E-rated 1 inch taller, 1 inch wider tires that are on these. These are the 265 75 16, so they're an inch taller and an inch wider than what stock is, I think, right in that neighborhood. But it's been incredible. I have zero complaints on this truck. Honestly, I love it. I straight up love it. I can't say enough good things about it. Some people complain about the seating position. Well, this has a power seat in it now. Since 2021 and up, they have the power seat option. My seat cover, this one, I did originally have wrapped around under there and neatly tucked in, and all this stuff was hidden and buried in here real well, and you couldn't even tell. It looked like it was custom made, and I was real happy. But you know what? I'm in and out of here so much, and I beat it up so much that I just stopped caring about fixing that and putting it back together. Like I said, you can tell I used the crap out of this truck. It is a pure, you know, tool for me is what this thing is. 100% a tool vehicle. And, but it's been phenomenal. I added these little side mirrors. They work awesome right there. They fit good, and they work great when I'm pulling a trailer, which this vehicle pulls a trailer a lot of the time. Okay, it has pulled trailers across the country 5 times. It pulls my pressure washing trailer all the time, pulls my hunting trailer a lot. Like I said, a truck to me is a tool. This is 100% a tool. It is not a car that I'm in love with. It is not it doesn't go in a garage. It is not a Safe Queen type setup. This thing is 100% a tool that gets me into places I need it to and works for a living. That's what it does. It's been phenomenal at it. Would I change anything on it? You know what? Not really. And I'm actually kind of, you know, one of the reasons I want to do this video now for you guys on this truck is because of the fact that pretty soon this is going to be no longer available. Okay. Same with the 4Runner. Now, the 4Runner is a much better vehicle than this Tacoma. I own both of them. The 4Runner, this is great. Don't get me wrong. This is great. 4Runner quality, 4Runner, everything about the 4Runner, the 4-liter motor, the 5-speed trans, the build quality, the seats, everything in a 4Runner is, you know, if this is a 5 on a 1 to 10 scale, if this is a 5, that 4Runner is 11. Plain and simple. 4Runner is by far the best vehicle made today, hands down, under any circumstances of anything I've ever test drove, been in, or seen. That 4Runner is bulletproof reliable. It is the best vehicle available today, in my opinion, period, hands down. If I did not need that truck bed for work, I would immediately, this year, before the new 4Runner comes out next year, so sometime in 2023, if I could find a way to not need that truck bed, I would sell this and buy myself another 4Runner. Tina's already got a 2022. I would buy myself one and drive it for the next 10 years and never think about a vehicle ever again. I need the truck bed. The new Tacoma that's coming out does not interest me even a little bit. Not until it's got at least 5 years under its belt and it's got proven reliability and has that, you know, 4-cylinder turbos and the crap I'm hearing about it. Doesn't interest me even a little bit. It's a step backwards in my opinion. But this, through 2023, maybe even a little into 2024, as it sits right there, is still available. And this is a vehicle that you could honestly still, like I said, there's plenty of people doing it. This is a 300 to 350,000 mile trouble-free truck with standard maintenance, but it is trouble-free, reliable, built like a tank. It goes through everything you could ever imagine, gets you into places full-size vehicles can't, has enough room to do 90% of what you need, good space in the bed of it. It's well built, and it's just simple, functional, and gets the job done. And it gets okay gas mileage. You know, you can't argue with that concept. It is what, and it's not that, you know, $39,400, you know, for the TRD off-road, not the sport, not the standard one, not the SR5. This is a TRD off-road. It gives you all of the off-road capabilities with the rear locker, the MTS, the crawl control, everything you want is here. So is it a great truck? Yeah, 100%. Would I buy it again? Yeah. And honestly, don't think for a second, because I put high miles on it. I'll put 40,000 miles on it, almost 40,000 miles a year, 37.8 tomorrow. So I'm almost 38,000 miles in 1 year on this vehicle. If they push that Toyota, the new one, the new Tacoma, out any further, so that there's a very good possibility that 8 months from now, 7-8 months from now, I might actually order another one of these, exactly, or find one and get rid of this one, sell this myself, and then buy another brand new version of this just to have it for a few more years till the new Tacoma or gets a little reliability test, gets a little bit more proven capability or provenness to it, or the new Chevy, you know, the ZR2, the Colorado ZR2, till that gets some proof behind it. Maybe the new Ford Ranger when it comes out, but either way, this This is rock solid, proven technology that will not fail. It's been tested over and over again. It is as good as they come. There is not a better vehicle, there is not a better midsize truck out there today when you combine capability, reliability, resale value. You cannot beat this under any circumstances of anything out there. People are going to argue. They're going to put down in the comments on how this one's better and how Ford, you can put the lockers on anytime and you don't got to be in 4 low, blah, blah. There's a million reasons to like a lot of different vehicles. For me, in my money, reliability, longevity, quality, capability, resale value, win. Nothing else out there can match that. Plain and simple. So this is a fantastic vehicle. If the new one, like I said, if I have to buy another one of these to get me through until I find what I like better, I most definitely will. And like I said, the 4Runner, I would not hesitate to buy this truck today, brand new, or a 4Runner right now, brand new. And I am very disappointed that they are going to go to a turbo 4-cylinder and that new body style. And they're going to make those changes. I don't think it needs it. Like I said, this vehicle and the 4Runner are the two best vehicles made, in my opinion, hands down, right now, that you can have, that you can actually own as far as any kind of truck or SUV. Nothing out there is as capable. Well, I take that back. There are things, there are more capable maybe, but nothing combines the things that matter to me. Quality, longevity, resale value, and capability. When you put all of them together, this here and the 4Runner win hands down, in my opinion, for me. And I'll be really disappointed when this truck goes away. So I may even buy another one before that happens, just to get me another year or two out of having one of these, to let it be proven. So that's kind of my my 1 year review on that truck. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Would I buy it again? Obviously. Do I love it? Obviously. And is there any complaints on it? The paint, a little bit. If I had to complain, that would be it. Paint could be a little bit better, but like I said, either you're not going to scratch it and you're going to keep it in a garage and you're going to wash it and wax it and take care of it and everything's going to be perfect, or you're going to beat the crap out of it like I do, one or the other. So the paint's irrelevant either way. So buy it, love it, enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.